Hey everybody, welcome to another episode of 60 Formula. Hope you're doing well today. We're just hanging out with Gila outside in the grass, just chilling. She's being a pretty lady, just chilling in the sunlight. We're hanging out by this nice little lake right here. It is a beautiful day, so we're just soaking it up, you know what I'm saying? Soaking up all the rays. So today we're gonna be talking about a whole bunch of questions that you guys commonly ask on the channel. We want to help everybody who's bringing home a brand new Siberian Husky puppy, or maybe just a pup of any kind. It's our sworn duty to help you guys out and make sure you guys have all the awesome, useful information that you might need. So, enough's enough of the jibber jabber. Let's get straight into the episode today and start answering all those really awesome questions that you ask in the comments. Now, we picked out a whole bunch of really good ones. We hope that these are the questions that help you out the most, because we do get a whole bunch of comments and a whole bunch of questions, and we want to make sure that we choose the ones that help out our audience the most. These are the questions that aren't commonly asked by the Husky community, or aren't commonly answered, I should say. So let's get straight to it. Number one, what age can I start walking my Siberian Husky puppy? So you might have just got yourself a Siberian Husky puppy and you're like, when can I take him on walks? I want to show off my beautiful pup, but my vet keeps saying, don't take him out because they got to get immunized first. They might get parvo. While this is true, and you need to be careful about where you take your pup, there's a bunch of things I want to talk about when it comes to walking your puppy for the very first time. Look at that little sploot. Look at that little sploot. What are you doing, lady? What are you doing? When you get your Siberian Husky puppy at 8 weeks old, which is typically the age you're going to pick them up from your breeder or the rescue, you're probably not going to walk them right away. See, Siberian Husky puppies are so little that they don't need to be walked around very much. But when they get a little bit older, maybe they're 10 weeks old, maybe they're 12 weeks old, you can start leashing them up and taking them around the block. The thing you need to make sure that you stay away from is places that have puppy illnesses, like dog parks. Don't take your puppy immediately to a dog park until they're much older. I don't suggest taking your dog to a dog park until they're fully immunized with every single shot. But some of the best places to take your dog when they're a really little puppy is the park. The park is filled with a lot of really friendly people. And I'm not talking a dog park, I'm just talking a regular park. You also kind of want to stay away from pet stores. Don't bring your Siberian Husky puppy to a pet store. I know you want to show everybody your puppy because they're super duper cute, but pet stores are one of the most common places for your puppy to get a sickness. So if you want to take your pup out to get some exercise, walk him around at a young age, I suggest doing it at a safe place, like a park that doesn't have a lot of dogs, or maybe once around your neighborhood so that your pup can meet all your neighbors. It's especially important to get them associated with what the layout of your neighborhood looks like, so walking them around the neighborhood once is a good thing to do when they reach about 10 to 12 weeks. Now, you don't want to go around the block more than once because puppies get really tired really fast. So make sure that you're not overdoing it when it comes to your Siberian Husky puppy. I know they're super duper fast and they're meant for endurance and agility, but they have to grow up first before they can do all the cool stuff. Question number 2. You're crazy. You're crazy. My Husky is 8, 10, 14 months old. Can I still train them? The answer to this is absolutely. You can always teach an old dog new tricks. No dog is too old to teach new tricks. I got a lot of people saying they just got a rescue Husky and they're wondering if it's still possible to train them. The answer to that is of course. You can always train a Husky no matter what their age is. It may take a little bit more patience and time when they're older compared to when they're a puppy, but you're totally capable of doing it. So go ahead, get all your training research in gear, and go ahead and train your dog no matter how old they are. Question number 3, what are some tips for keeping your Husky cool in warm climates? If you have a Husky and you live in warm climates, maybe you live in Florida, maybe you live in India, something like that where it's really hot all year round, we really recommend getting a kiddie pool and filling it with ice a couple days a week. Your Husky will love rolling around in it, they'll love having fun. It's something that they really enjoy during the summer times. I always get Gila a kiddie pool and I let her roll around in ice for a couple of hours. I really recommend getting one of those pool floaties and filling it up with water, one of those long flat ones. It's really not hard to fill them up with water, and if you fill it up with cool water, your Husky will have a great time laying on it during the summer. If you don't want to do any of those inexpensive ways, you can always get a cooling pad that costs a little extra money, and you'll be guaranteed that your Huskies always stay in cool during those hot times. Question number 4. I have one dog that attacks the other. What should I do? Now, we would love to solve every behavior issue when it comes to this channel because we want every single pepperoni pizza to get along and have a wonderful relationship with their pack, but every individual case is just that, individual, so we can't help every single person. But what we can help you do is avoid confrontations, and that's definitely what we suggest. You can take a whole bunch of efforts to make sure that your dogs aren't fighting, like separating the spaces where they eat and making sure that they're not resource guarding or fighting over toys. Make sure you buy both your dogs an adequate amount of toys and constantly encourage and reinforce whose toys are whose. Now, I know that seems like an impossible feat because you're not able to watch your dog at all hours of the day, but try and make an effort. Always make sure there's plenty of toys so one dog doesn't feel like he has to fight over the other. Pee time doing the doggy Twitter. You don't always have to separate your pups if they don't get along. You just gotta make sure that you avoid tense situations in your house so that your dogs avoid situations where they're fighting. Question number 5. Will your tips work on all breeds? Yes, absolutely. All of our tips, 99.9 with a bar over the 9% of it, will work for any breed. So maybe you have a lab at home, or maybe you have a pit bull, maybe you have a Dalmatian, whatever your doggo is, all of the tips and tricks on our channel will work just fine for you. If you have any questions on anything, you can always comment down below or hit us up in our Instagram and we'll be glad to answer any questions you might have. Low Bridge, did your Huskies get along with each other or with your cat right away? The answer to that is no. It takes a whole bunch of training for not only your dog to get along with another dog, but with your kitty cat. The problem with Huskies is that they like to play really, really rough. They like to get really hyper and wrestle most of the time. They can't wrestle with kitties, and it takes a while for Husky puppies to understand that kitty cats don't play like that. Now, eventually they will get it because you're gonna help train them, and I have tons of videos on that. And also, your dog is just gonna get bored of your cat eventually and understand that the kitty cat does not play that way. But just rest assured that it does take time, it does take a little bit of patience before your doggeroni pizza learns that kitty cats and even other doggos that live in the house don't play so rough. How long can I walk my Siberian Husky for? This question just depends all on where you live, what kind of climate you live in. Try and read the signs that your Siberian Husky is giving you. If they're panting a lot, if they're sweating around their mouth, if they're not able to keep up with you on a walk, this probably means it's time to take them home. You don't want to overdo it when it comes to your Husky. I know that they're able to endure all sorts of distances and speeds, but sometimes, especially when they're a Husky pup, you gotta make sure to monitor them really closely because they can tucker out, especially in really, really hot weather. What's down there, Daddy-O? Is it down there? Is Pennywise down there? The super duper scary clown? Come on, I don't want to find out. Question number 8. My Husky puppy has hiccups constantly and breathes really fast when he or she sleeps. Are they okay? The answer to this is yes. Siberian Husky puppies hiccup all the time, and they breathe really, really fast when they sleep. Husky puppies have very underdeveloped digestive tracts, so it causes them to hiccup on a very, very irregular basis. They'll be hiccuping a whole bunch, so if you see your Husky puppy hiccuping all the time, that's totally normal. It's also very normal for your Husky puppy to breathe very fast, especially when they're sleeping. This is called closed mouth panting, and Husky puppies do it very, very often. Question number 9. My Husky won't bark or howl. Are they okay? Absolutely. Not every single Siberian Husky barks or howls. Some Huskies don't howl, some Huskies don't bark, some Huskies do both. Sometimes it just all depends on which type of Husky you have. So if your Siberian Husky isn't howling, or if they're not barking, you don't have to worry about it. You're all good in the hood. Your Husky just probably doesn't like it, or sometimes Huskies develop their howl around 5 months to about a year old, so you might not hear your Husky howl until they get a little bit older. Question numero 10. Will Siberian Huskies listen without food? The answer to that is yes, but you have to slowly wean them off of food treats. See, Siberian Huskies need a whole bunch of distraction, and food is the best type of distraction, especially when you get them as a pup. Eventually, you're gonna want to wean them off of the treats because you crazy lady. The best types of rewards for your dogs are high-value toys and good praise. You need to wean your dog off of treats onto these types of rewards because then your dog won't be so dependent on food. You have to remember that when you go from working inside, doing inside training with your dog, to outside training with your dog, you're gonna wanna start over with food outside. So if you're working inside and you've already weaned them off of treats onto praise, you're gonna have to start all the way over when it comes to outside training, because outside training is completely a whole different ball game when it comes to doggo training. Those are the 10 questions that we most commonly get asked on the channel. We hope that you guys had fun today walking around with Gila, getting all the questions answered, seeing what the most common problems Husky owners have when it comes to getting a brand new Husky, or maybe they just got a brand new rescue Husky. If you guys have any additional questions, you can always comment down below and we will answer all of your questions the best that we can. We know there's a whole bunch out there that we didn't answer, and we promise we'll get to it ASAP. Hila's like, get my big old fluffy booty home, mister. She's like, I'm tired of all the questions. I'm tired of all the walking. I want to go sit in my bed. We want to thank you guys so much for hanging out with us today, going on a walk with Miss Gila. Please hit that like button, hit subscribe if you had a really, really good time, and we'll see you next time with another episode of Guess What? Yep, whatever we make. Peace! Let's go! Oh my god!